So what are you trying to accomplish? The big question, which I think is appropriate for a startup, or if you're on a board looking at a new service or a new product, or if you're talking to the leadership at your company about supporting a local social enterprise. So why is the question so important? Because it's the answer that will point you to what counts as performance. Once you know what counts, then you can start to measure it. And once you know what you're going to measure, your systems will fall into place about resources and what activities and how you structure the actual delivery. Once you have the answer to that question, you can then decide if you're a forward plan or reverse plan. In other words, do I start with the impact and work backwards, or do I just start and look at the resources that I have and move forward through this process of evaluating activities and output and outcomes to determine that impact? So let's look at the framework again, which is applicable to any size organization. You have your planned work, your input and activities, and you have your intended results, output, outcomes, and impact. So what are those impact, or the resources, which is the input? Those are the human, the financial, the community, the organizational resources that you are pulling together to direct towards the work that you say you want to do. In other words, they're the program that you want to do. What are the activities? Well, the activities are what you do with the resources. So those are the tools, the events, the brochures, the technology, all the actions, the processes that you intentionally do as a part of your program implementation. Let's go to intended results. Your outputs. These are the direct results or the direct products of the program activities. So these will be types of service, levels of service, target demographics who are being serviced, everything that you say you're going to deliver from the program. Your outcomes, now you're getting closer to impact. So these are the specific changes that you're planning to have as a result of your program. These changes are in a person's behavior, in their knowledge, in their skill, in their status, in their level of functioning, etc. Short-term outcomes are about 1 to 3 years. Anything longer than that will be considered long-term, and it could be tied to a grant. We'll come back to that in impact. So impact is why you're doing this. It is the fundamental change that you would like to see in an organization, in a community, in a system, in a particular group of people. And you should be aware that you may have unintended impacts as well. But if your measurement system is set up properly, you should be able to catch it and recycle it through the organization to make the corrections. So on the next sheet, we have a worksheet where it'll help you think through some of these issues if you're looking at a startup.